Joan, despite the horrific accident on 24, Chris Hand is in the building.
Yeah, so I just asked him about that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that crash is before he gets on the highway.
Oh, so he had a smooth ride because all the traffic was behind him.
You can tell because he got here on time.
That's exactly right. Because he got here. And, well, not only did he get here on time, he's actually early.
Yeah.
So, all right. Always great to see our friend Chris Hand.
But let's not make fun of it. There's a serious accident there. I'm not seeing that there are any injuries. But, it's jackknife across all the lanes.
Was there anything spilled out into the lanes?
They're saying that there is a diesel fuel spill.
A diesel fuel spill?
But no contents of the truck, if that's what you mean.
I thought maybe someone had...
I've never been in an accident while farting.
That's never going to get old, Joan.
It's never going to get old, but I just want you to know that I was not putting my makeup on and causing an accident.
It's what you claim, because farding with a D is putting your makeup on as you're driving.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you ever done that, Sam? Put your makeup on while you're driving?
Not makeup, but I would... In high school, there was for basketball games, we had to wear a suit and tie, but we had to walk in the building with the tie tied.
Right.
And so I would be driving knee on the wheel, trying to tie my tie in the mirror last minute.
Yeah, that's real safe. Good job.
Yeah. No one died. Got the knot right.
No, this time.
It was a nice Windsor.
Okay, very good. Joan, what's the dumbest thing you've ever done driving?
Probably the makeup.
Probably the farting?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you, Dan?
I think the dumbest thing that I've done is probably peeing in a bottle.
While being in control of the wheel?
Yeah.
That's risky behavior.
I know. Listen.
A long ride?
It was, yes. It was a long ride. And I was on a long stretch of highway. There was no bathroom to speak of. And I just, when nature calls, nature calls. And I didn't have the availability to just stop on the side of the road. So that's what I did.
So there wasn't, I see guys do it all the time. Stop on the side of the road, walk down the embankment, expose themselves and pee.
Nope. I didn't want to expose myself, and I didn't want to put other people through that. So no.
Better to pee in a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Going 75 mile an hour. That's what I did. And it's okay.
Do you have wipes in the car? Because I'm thinking about,
you know, it's so funny, Joan.
How do you clean your hands?
Well, number one, I have good aim. Number two is I always have wipes in my car. Always, always, always.
Okay.
Go down into my car. Find wipes right now.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I think
sure?
I don't want to be anywhere near that car. Nope. In fact, I think I'm going to put some yellow police tape around it later on.
Whatever. First of all, it was a different car. I'm done with you two. You guys are not being nice to me today. You're not having fun today.
Oh, no. I'm having a lot of fun.
I had plenty of fun with that. What are you talking about? You had a message in a bottle. I'm just glad you didn't throw it at anybody.
It wasn't a message that was in the bottle. It was... Anyway, one of my favorite stories today is Caitlin Collins, as she was called out by Caroline Levitt. And, next time I talk to Brian, I don't know if he mentioned this yesterday. I think this was yesterday, where she talks about Caroline Levitt basically calls out Caitlin Collins and says, you know what? You don't believe what's going on in Portland? Why don't you take your sorry butt to Portland?
I spoke to the police chief of Portland last week. He said that the president's claims just don't match up with what's happening on the ground.
I would encourage you as a reporter to go on the ground and to take a look at it for yourself, because there's been many members of the press, not press in this room, but independent journalists, some of whom we'll be inviting to the White House very soon to share their stories, because they have been in the middle of these riots and they have witnessed the anarchy that is taking place night after night. It's on video. You should play it on your show. You have a great opportunity in prime time on CNN to show your audience. Yeah, but you're probably talking to partisan Democrat officials who are opposed to everything this president does.
Yeah, listen, she's absolutely right. Caroline Levitt is absolutely right. I love, by the way, how Caroline Levitt says, you've got a great opportunity. There's nobody watching Caitlin Collins' show on CNN. It doesn't matter. And when Caitlin Collins says, well, we spoke to this person or that person, the reality is that they're speaking to people who have the same, like Caroline Levitt said, you're talking to people who are of the same mentality, who don't want to admit that there's bad crime in Portland. And Caitlin Collins, I don't know, what is a journalist today anyway? Like, I think that would be a really interesting conversation to have. What is a journalist anyway? Is a journalist someone like Caitlin Collins who just, she hosts her show on CNN and she is, there in the White House press briefing and she asks questions, but she doesn't hit the streets and she doesn't try to uncover the truth.
She's a stenographer.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, Joan.
She's a paid mouthpiece.
A paid mouthpiece and not a very good one.
You should also ask the people who live in Portland. We've actually heard from many members of the community who have said that this is complete civil disobedience. It's a mess. It's been loud. It's been troubling for neighbors in the community who are just trying to live peacefully. And these people are not there to peacefully protest. They are there to cause mayhem and havoc.
I mean, honestly, it's not that hard. It is not that hard, except if you're Caitlin Collins. Now, the data does show, if you wanted to, if you want to believe the data, it's up to you. The data does show that violent crime is down in Portland, but it's still high. But what does that look like? Again, you can believe the data or not, but the reality is that Antifa has taken over entire city blocks. And yes, in the past, they have tried to burn down federal buildings with law enforcement inside. They've also been attacking ICE, of course, as everyone knows. And they've been harassing reporters and they've been harassing influencers.
I was just going to say, I saw someone in a local group posted how to go after Republican voters by killing their dogs with dog treats that had nails in them. Yeah, these people are completely off the deep end when it comes to Antifa.
That is just awful.
Yeah.
And horrific.
And they'll still say that they're doing it for a just cause.
No justice, no peace is what they say. They're running around in their dresses and stuff, guys. Total crime rates in Portland versus national average, 3 times higher than the national average for total crime. Violent crime in Portland, that is above the national average. Property crime way above the national average. Now, Nick Sorter, we're talking about Nick Sorter earlier. He is a guy who was simply, and if you want to go find the videos on my social media, you can. Go to X, follow me on X, and you can see the videos. But Nick was just walking down the street, and he got accosted by these Antifa types. And the local police, they were going to charge Nick. But I think that Nick Sorter, he is far more of a journalist than Caitlin Collins ever has been, at least in recent years. And if you don't know who Nick Sorter is, he is what I would call a modern-day journalist, where he goes to Oregon, he goes to Portland, he puts himself out there, he risks his own life, his own health, to find the truth as to what is really going on in Portland, among other places. And so, to me, Nick Sorter is by far Nick Sorter is by far more of a reporter than Caitlin Collins ever is. He was on Hannity last night.
I've gotten it on video multiple times now of people, like different people coming up to me saying things like, oh, well, if you come around again, you're going to end up being Charlie Kirk. I mean, these people celebrate violence. And, because they walk up and say, I'm a Nazi. They call everybody on the right a Nazi, right? And that alone, if people genuinely believe that somebody is a Nazi, they have no problem with committing violence against them. And, I came out here originally, Sean, to expose the Portland police. But within hours of me being here, they exposed themselves. So I really didn't have to do much. It's been like this for the longest time, where the residents next door to this ICE facility out here are miserable because they're stuck in a lease and they can't sleep at night because people are screaming in the megaphones at 3 o'clock in the morning. I mean, it's not fair. And they're afraid to speak out because if they do speak out, they're going to end up being attacked too. I mean, these people need help.
That was Nick Sorter. Again, he was on Sean Hannity's show. But there's another reporter who, again, put her life in jeopardy. And I'm going to play that coming up. Because you look at what is going on. This reporter, female, and she was poked in the eye. She was poked in the eye with, I think it was a flag or something. And I mean, it's awful. And you look at the video, and clearly, at least it seems to me, that it is open season on conservatives. And you have these folks. Bob Day is the police chief out there in Portland. This guy is a piece of work. And I want you to listen to what he says. Because as Nick Sorter, and remember the whole point of this segment. Who is more of a reporter? Is it Caitlin Collins or is it Nick Sorter? Because Caroline Leavitt told Caitlin Collins, hey, why don't you go to Portland? Why don't you take to the streets of Portland? Why don't you, as a reporter, find out what's really going on? Instead, what does she decide to do? What does Caitlin Collins decide to do? She just calls up her buddies out there in Portland. Hey, police chief, what's really going on in the streets of Portland? There's really nothing going on, Caitlin. All is calm on the Western Front. I don't know why I'm talking like that.
Marvin the Martian just took over.
Is that what that was?
That's exactly what it sounded like.
I don't know where that came from or why I did that. I never do that. Anyway, this is Bob Day. This is the chief of police in Portland.
Well, what we're seeing with the increased national attention is bringing in nationally recognized influencers. This is certainly a new phenomenon for myself and for law enforcement in general, and their reach is obviously very significant. And so they're going where they can get the views and create the perception. And our belief is that we are simply managing to the rule of law.
It's so weird. Like he's saying, oh, yeah, there's nothing going on. And Nick Sorter and his types, all they want are views. Do you know what I'd love to see? Candace Owens is constantly spewing her venom these days. I would love Candace Owens. Candace, do something meaningful and go to Portland and find out what's really going on there. Instead of, constantly bashing the memory of Charlie Kirk, bashing Turning Point. Go do something meaningful and use your influence as an influencer. Go use your influence, Candace, to find out what's going on, really going on in Portland. Because the Portland police chief is saying that there's really nothing going on out there.
You know who he looks like?
Who?
Alex Murdaugh.
You're going to have to remind me who that is.
The Murdaugh murders in Carolina. Killed, his wife and son.
What year was that?
2021.
I got nothing. Thanks, though, for completely derailing the segment. I'm just kidding.
I jeffed it.
Let's see here. Katie Daviscourt. You ever heard of Katie Daviscourt?
Is that her name or is that a TV show?
That's her name. She is a reporter.
Interesting.
She is a reporter. She's in Portland as well, again. And she's a reporter for the Post Millennial. She got poked in the eye with some sort of a blunt instrument. And it was at the hands of Antifa, and she was on with Jesse Waters.
So not only did Portland police refuse to detain my assault suspect that I hand-delivered to them, they submitted court testimony in a court of law blaming me for my own assault and falsely accusing me of being a counter-protester. I have taken this as a declaration of war against myself, and it's a battle that I am determined to win. Portland police will have you believe that they have this situation under control and that federal intervention is not needed, but that couldn't be farther from the truth. The truth is that Portland police has had zero ground presence outside of ICE since late June until now. They have abandoned the citizens of Portland, leaving them to fend for themselves against domestic terrorists who are assaulting, maiming, who really actually want to kill their political opponents. But most importantly, I think is worth mentioning is Portland police has abandoned their brothers and sisters in law enforcement.
I mean, it's happening in Chicago, too. That is reporter Katie Daviscourt. It's interesting. So, again, she is a reporter for the Post Millennial. She was on with Jesse Waters. You do have Nick Sorter, who is a influencer. I believe that influencers are the new reporters. I do. The likes of Jake Tapper and Caitlin Collins. I don't know, whoever else is out there on the networks. I just don't see them doing any real reporting. Ultimately, what they're doing is they're just, as I think Joan said, they're stenographers. I just say they're reading the press releases from the left. That is what they're doing. So congratulations, I will say, to Nick Sorter, who they've now decided they will not press charges against him. Earlier in the broadcast, we were talking about that, how originally the police, they were going to charge him after he was attacked by Antifa. And then Sorter with his lawyer was like, no, that's not going to fly. And so they ultimately decided not to press charges against Nick Sorter. But I think that there is so much really, really good work that is happening with these influencers. Do you know what I feel like? And I'll ask Chris about this because he's smarter at this than I am. But I feel like an influencer, we need to come up with a different name. Because an influencer, to me, is someone moronic like a Kardashian. Do you know what I mean? But I think that putting a Kardashian in the same category as like a Nick Sorter and some of these other folks that are doing real on-the-ground journalism, it's not the same thing as what the Kardashians are doing. I don't know what you call it, if you call them independent reporters or what you call them, but they are better. Nick Sorter and of his type, they are better than influencers like the Kardashians. And no offense to the Kardashians, but it's just they're doing things and reporting things that are impactful and meaningful, which is more than I can say for the likes of Caitlin Collins.
Citizen journalists.
Citizen journalists. There you go. Thank you, Sam.
Is this Friday the 13th or is this Halloween? Either way, they're both satanic and shouldn't be celebrated.
Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome.
What is wrong with you, Sam?
It's Halloween, not Friday the 13th.
Whatever. They're both satanic.
You're peddling in the demon worship.
Yeah.
Opening the portal.
It's American culture.
I love Joe opening the portal. Very nice, Joan.
Thank you.
Do you know what I saw over the weekend?
What'd you see?
Constantine.
Oh.
Now, have you ever seen Constantine? Probably not, Chris. Sam?
Yeah,
I know you haven't seen anything.
It's like a random Keanu movie when you look at his whole IMDb.
First of all, it's not random. It's a very good movie.
You ever seen Hardball?
Just in comparison.
No.
With Keanu? Oh, that'll make you cry.
Hardball? Really?
Oh, yeah.
I cried everything. What's Hardball about? I know the one
like,
where...
He's like, I think he's a lawyer, and then he gets busted for a DUI, so he's got to do community service. So he starts teaching these bad A little kids on a baseball team. And then...
Do you know what I don't understand?
Then he coaches them up, and then it's like a heartfelt story, and then one of the kids gets shot.
Oh,
jeez.
Just ruined the movie.
That's when you cry.
Can't wait to go see that one.
You're like, not Sweet Baby D.
Do you know what I don't understand? What I don't understand is is Keanu considered a good actor?
Yeah.
Is he considered a good... Let's be honest. I like Keanu Reeves as a person. I love his movies.
As a person, you like him?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know him?
No, I don't know him, obviously, but some of the things that he's done for people have been really nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
he's hot.
Okay.
Joan, don't open the portal.
Yeah, but Joan, how does he look in camo?
Oh, my gosh.
Doesn't matter what he's wearing, Dan.
Did you hear what I
would
said?
love a piece of that wood.
I'm going to take that button away, Sam. I'm going to take that button away.
You can try.
So, I was talking earlier about how it's, instead of lace and all that stuff, I like chicks in camo.
All right.
I was at the Glock store and I saw a party. It's like a bachelorette party.
Ooh.
And the women were wearing, fatigues or camo, whatever it is you want to say. And I said, now this is what I said, just so we're clear, because people were making fun. I said that I found it intriguing. That's all I said.
Intriguing.
I didn't say that I was,
The intrigue was high.
Something was high. What?
It's working.
So what's going on?
Not much. How you been? I feel like I haven't seen you in a week. Missed you, Dan. The people have missed Dan Mandis.
Oh, I'm sure with the comedy I'm bringing today. I was gone 4 days taking care of the lovely Amy, and she is. I talked about it in the 5. And she went Facebook official with this.
Okay.
So I now have,
assuming. You have the green light in the runway?
The green light in the runway to say that woman has lost 162 pounds.
Wow. Good for her.
162 pounds.
Just amazing.
It's a whole person.
Over the last couple of years. So she had to go in and have surgery to get some of the excess taken off, if you know what I mean. Because when you lose that much weight, you've got sort of like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Picking up what you're putting down.
Okay, good. I don't know a respectful way to say it.
Yeah.
But you just got to get, it's like you're a deflated balloon a little bit, kind of a thing, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway,
I would wager that's not the respectful way to say it.
Yeah, right.
I would say
I knew I shouldn't have said anything.
Hit the dump button and let's go back to the well and let's try that again.
You know what I've done? I've opened the portal to a second divorce.
Oh, don't open the portal, Dan.
Don't open the portal. Anyway, so I got enough oxy in my house to kill an elephant.
Oh, jeez. You got enough oxy in your house that Donald Trump may target it with a drone.
That's exactly right. Anyway, so this is actually major surgery.
Yes.
So I've been Amy caretaking for the last 4 days or so, and I've got to tell you, man, it has been rough for her and me. I personalize everything, so it's been especially tough on me.
It's because you take that on, that emotional
That's
pain,
what it is.
that physical
I take
pain.
it on. I feel my wife's pain.
The empathy factor that Mandis has is that's what Amy fell in love with.
Yeah. I think she's wondering exactly why or even if she's in love with me.
It was his money.
Wow.
So does Amy have a bell to summon you?
Do you know what's so funny? I do. I got her a bell.
You got her a bell? Let's
I did.
go.
I got her a
Good
bell.
idea.
Do you know what I got her? She's probably sleeping. I got her a bell, and it's a ding bell.
Like the hotel check-in?
Like the one Wilson used to have? Bum, bum,
Yes.
bum.
So, but it's got a nice yellow smiley happy face on it. So if she wants to, call the ding bat, all she has to do is hit the ding bell.
I like it.
Right?
Smooth.
I thought it was nice.
Are you the only one stepping up in the house, or is Riker wearing a little tuxedo and acting as a pseudo butler as well?
No, Riker is steering clear.
He's a smart man.
He is steering clear, man.
They learn young.
Yeah. So, but she's been asleep. She's been asleep a lot, and we've just been hanging out and doing all that stuff. Do you know what's been really hard? I'm going to be honest. So, and people that have had this kind of surgery know, like you have the tubes in you and all that stuff. So she's got tubes that are coming out of her surgery things into these little like plastic balls.
Okay.
And the blood or whatever that is going into the balls, and I've got to empty those out like me.
They're like little water balloons.
Yes, and I'm a flippin' train wreck on stuff, but it's come down to me. I've got to do it. And you know what's weird? So
they used to keep people in the hospital for those kind of things. They don't do that anymore.
So you know what's weird is that when she first got out of the hospital, it was like really thick, right?
Okay.
And as time has gone on, it's become lighter and lighter and lighter. And so it's almost like, originally, it was like the real stuff, and now it's almost like it's like diet, you know what I mean?
Oh.
Like, you know what I'm talking about? When a soda is lighter, then it's a lighter color.
Okay.
That's what...
Are you still picking up what he's putting down, Chris?
I'm trying not to look at it.
All right.
If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
So what's going on?
So
I hear you had a threat on your life. Let's talk about that. let's go ahead and just talk about that, because clearly I'm just...
Yeah.
I think I've...
So my mother and father-in-law found out yesterday when they called the wife. They said, "We need you to go stay in a hotel for the night." So we're like, what? They're like, "You got to get out of there." And we're like,
wow.
We're like, no, it's okay.
Everything's fine.
It's gonna be fine. It's been 4 days. We're not worried.
Yes, I played the audio earlier. Have you played this has anybody else played this on their respective shows, showing their love for Chris Hand? Has anybody done a tribute to you?
I'm not sure.
All right. Let's see. I don't know if I can. I don't know where it is now, but you sent it to me, right? I'm trying to decide if everybody's heard this, but if not,
when Gentleman Jared.
Gentleman Jared, yeah, he was a nutcase. Like, I'm just gonna say he had something going on.
Yeah, well,
Jared did.
Yeah, I think I labeled him as a lunatic right at the end of the call.
A lunatic at the end of the call,
or a psycho. I've said one of those things.
You did, yeah. So I got to open my morning scrolling through that 9.5 minute phone call trying to find this, and that guy was making me angry.
I felt bad. I felt bad at the end of it because I made Ken skip the news, and
that's serious.
I felt guilty.
That is serious.
And you actually said news this time and not noose.
Noose.
Yeah, why do you say noose, Chris?
I don't know.
I keep trying to figure that out.
I don't know. I think it's just one of the weird things that happened when I tried to get rid of my Boston accent.
Yeah, well, it's good. Hey, you should be really excited. Do you know what's going on?
What?
Have you heard what's happening?
No.
Rush is coming back to tour. They're Canadian. You should be excited.
Big hype. Big hype.
Joan?
I like that one song.
Tom Sawyer.
That one song.
What was one song?
You know the one.
That one?
That one, exactly.
Okay. Very good. That one song.
Huge fan.
Well, it's very exciting for Rush fans. You know what? I bet you, if I said tell me on the super text line, are you excited that Rush is coming back to tour? I bet you a lot of people are going to be excited about that.
We're not going to be able to get anything done with the super text line for the rest of the day. Thanks, Dan.
Listen, I'm just telling you. I know, Chris, you're more excited about Taylor Swift and her new album.
Is that what you did during your time off?
I will admit that Amy and I, you know what? Amy and I sat and in her OxyContin high stupor, she and I listened to the Taylor Swift album. And because,
It's probably the only way you could enjoy a Taylor Swift album is with an OxyContin stupor.
I don't think it's a bad album. I'm going to tell you. I've listened to it once. I'm not going to listen to it anymore. But do you know what I find interesting, though? I'm going to call out the right on their hypocrisy.
Okay.
Believe it or not. So you got a bunch of people saying, because this album, there's some raunchy parts to it. And so, but I mean, they're Taylor Swift, innuendo, whatever, right? And so the same people that listen to Def Leppard's Pour Some Sugar on Me are suddenly pearl clutching over one of Taylor Swift's songs. It's called Wood.
What's it about?
Thank you.
I would love a piece of that wood. It's apparently about Travis Kelce.
It's a ballad to Travis.
It's a ballad. It's an ode to Travis Kelce, and that's all I'm going to say.
And little girls around the world are going, "Oh, what a fantastic song about wood!"
Yep, the decision to not let my daughter listen to Taylor Swift looks better and better every day.
Every day,
it's a double entendre.
Check
you know
it
what I
off.
mean?
Yeah, okay. Kids understand double entendres.
No, there's a line in there where she says "knock on wood." I think.
Well, that hurts. Don't do that.
And then, but it's whatever. Anyway, I don't think it's a bad app. Do you know what I find funny though?
Tell me.
And Sam fell into the trap. Sam's like, oh, she does the same thing every time. She actually doesn't. Her last two albums have been CRAP crap. They've been overindulgent crap. And they've been her over beats, and it's just terrible albums, in my opinion. Now, they sold really well because Taylor Swift's fans, she can do no wrong. But this album is completely different. And I listened to it once. It's a good pop album. I think that there's a lot of really good points to it. She did a song, Father Figure, which is, like a collab, if you will, with George Michael.
I feel like this is the monologue you've been waiting to deliver since you've been off for these couple days. Yeah.
Pretty vehemently right there.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
I fell into the trap.
Hey, so what would you call modern day influencers? Would you call them like Caitlin Collins is no longer what I would call a reporter. right? She's not seeking any truth.
No,
Modern
she's
day
a
journalist.
She's a media personality.
Yeah, journalist. What do you call a journalist? Caitlin Collins is no longer a journalist. I think Nick Sorter, who I'm sure you're going to talk about today if you haven't already, but Nick Sorter is actually more like a journalist.
Yes, Nick Sorter is a journalist.
Yeah, and I think that for a lot of these people on the left, Joan used the great term a stenographer, where they're just they're reading off of whatever it is. I call them press release readers, that kind of a thing.
Okay.
And but I think that we need to relook what we call influencers, because a Kardashian is not the same as a Nick Sorter.
No.
Nick Sorter is doing something, but somebody, I think it was the chief of police there in Portland, actually called Nick Sorter an influencer, and kind of like a derogatory
like a jab,
term.
yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly
It's
right.
a jab.
And no, I think that these influencers now, whatever you want to call them, Nick Sorter, he's a citizen journalist, I think is what we should call them.
I think that's probably the better term.
Yeah.
Especially for guys like him. There are people that are 100% influencers in the conservative space.
Right.
But there are people that are more boots on the ground, putting in work.
Oh, he's doing.
And Nick is one of those guys. He's been doing it for a while. I think his first major story was the Ohio train derailment.
Okay.
In East Palestine.
Yeah.
That's where he first started gaining notoriety, and then he went to Hawaii for the wildfires. He went to North Carolina for the hurricane. He always goes where the story is.
There was a guy, I've always been honest, probably too honest about my faults and think that things that I've said or done that are stupid. There's a guy, I forget who it was, but this was a while ago, and he was like a photojournalist or something, but he waded into the crowd of one of these colleges. And I forget how I framed it, but it was perceived as that I was sort of mocking him, or just sort of, not treating what he was doing with the proper amount of respect. And in retrospect, that person that criticized me on the super text line was absolutely right, because I didn't know the full scale of what this guy, whose name I wish I could remember, but I can't, was doing. And the more that I looked into what he was doing, that really was when my opinion of these citizen journalists really started to change.
Yep.
Because they are doing the work that the ones that we call journalists are not actually doing. That's why I loved what Caroline Levitt said to Caitlin Collins. Why don't you get your ass out there to Portland and for yourself?
Well, and they're putting themselves in the line of fire.
Oh, absolutely.
Just for the record, like when some of my friends go out there, like Savannah Hernandez or Kayland Almeida or Jonathan Cho, these Antifa guys know exactly who they are. They spot them in the crowd, and they are targeted. They're followed back to their vehicles. They're followed back to their hotels.
Yep.
They are 100% in danger because of this.
Absolutely. So that was to a no. You haven't listened to the Taylor Swift album?
No. Okay. And I'm probably not gonna.
All right.
Full disclosure.
Smart.
How about Constantine? You going to watch Constantine?
I would do that before Taylor Swift. I saw somebody, they posted online, they said the Taylor Swift album sounds like ramen noodles with no spice.
Whatever you do, don't open the portal.
Don't open that portal,
Don't open that portal.